Salve Scipuli. I hope this message finds you well. Today we're playing with Flexible Learning Days, day number 3. And so we're going to be playing with the chapter 13 vocab. So you might be thinking, wait a minute, what happened to chapter 12? Chapter 12 is on new uses of the ablative case. If I can, I'll try and postpone it until we're back together. So I figured chapter 13, we already covered the imperfect tense when we went over the National Latin exam. So we're slowing it down this time, but should be relatively easy since we reviewed it already. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with chapter 13 by doing the 13 vocab and derivatives. I provided some examples for you how to write new information. So let me start with that. So here's the chapter 13 vocab. You can print it out. If you don't have a printer, you can also just physically do it online. I made it a Google Doc, and you have your own copy, so that should be no problem. For the vocab, what you can do is, if you don't have your textbook, I included a copy of the textbook here. So here's the chapter 13, disaster. You can see all of the words down here below. I'll come back to that in a minute. Okay, and so for the vocab, nothing too crazy. So you can see here the parts of speech, so you figure out what these are. Nouns, this is the new stuff. So you're going to write the genitive, singular, gender, and definition. So iter, I gave that to you, put a star originally because the information's in the back of the book. It is not in the chapter 13 information. But what you'll see is iter, the next word is itinerus, which is the genitive singular, and then you write down the gender, which is neuter first. So here we are getting to neuter nouns. Wurga. So what they're going to do, they're going to show you in the textbook over here. So wurga, right here, if I can find my mouse, there we go. So wurga, notice it's wurga, and there's a comma and ae, which means it's just a normal first declension noun. So wurga becomes wurgai ae, which is feminine, and stick. Here's the next verb. Noun, rusticus. So there's a comma and then .i. This tells you that it's rustiki, genitive singular, and they abbreviate because there is a regular pattern to this. They tell you it's masculine. The next noun down below, pedis, which means foot. So you can tell it's third declension, and they always give you third declension endings, or they always write the whole word because it's third declension, there's no pattern. So this is pes is the nominative singular, pedis is the genitive singular, and they're telling you that your foot is masculine. We made jokes about this in class previously. So anyway, so pay attention to that. So I started you off on these first two, and then so you're going to write the genitive singular, you write the gender, everything else is still the same. Your other words, you'll write down what those mean, and then you do the derivatives. Shouldn't see too much of a problem. If you go the genitive singular for iter, that should help you out with these forms. So in any case, so that's the deal. And then, of course, you can take a picture of this and submit it to me, or you can share it with me, upload it to Google Classroom, where it's right here. Actually, you don't have to do that. I'm sorry. I shared it with you, so I will get a copy of this as well. And then I included, in case you don't have any dictionaries, copies of Merriam-Webster and dictionary.com, and then you can review by completing the study set. It says it's private. I don't know why I changed it because I did make it not private anymore, but you still can click on it. Anyway, good luck and contact me if you have any questions.